Hi,
Hi, Jeevika. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. Thank you. So, Jeevika, I have already introduced you to the audience,
I heard that.
and I'm really excited to have a conversation with you and really thankful to join the session with us.
Thank you.
So, okay. So,
Yeah.
since we know that you are an expert tarot card reader and a Vastu consultant, I was really curious to know that, what drew you to the field of Vastu Shastra.
Okay, so while I started with tarot, so while doing tarot readings and analyzing things, I realized that even direction of the houses and uh, direction of a specific room where each person is living is also important, and it affects the life of an individual living here.
Definitely.
So after that, I started learning. I started learning myself only with books and everything, and then I observed and analyzed.
Perfect. Perfect. So, Jivika, like we all know that there are four cardinal directions in Vastu
Right.
Shastra. So, as per you, how can those directions impact the home design? For example, it can be the placement of the rooms or the placement of the furniture, maybe. So, how those directions impact the home design overall?
See, usually direction of the house, then entrance direction, then the interior matters. But again, like suppose we cannot shift the house each and every time.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
suppose if I go for a consultation, I'll see the person family who is living there in that particular property. It could be house or office, anything. What changes I can make internally? It could be switching rooms, it could be furniture, or it could be switching, washrooms or changing it, or making small changes in the kitchen can affect, can bring positivity to the life of the particular person or the family.
Exactly. So
Because
how do
one
you decide?
direction,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry to
see
interrupt. You were
that
saying.
is another study which when I go there I do all the study because in my consultation I do not only see there are set of rules which everyone follows. See
Hmm.
now suppose if by rule you are supposed to live in a room which is so say south direction,
Okay.
but um, as a whole how it will it be like beneficial for you or not? So वहाँ पे रहना important नहीं है that
हाँ
it
जी.
it should boost your like personal and professional growth also. So
Definitely,
I
yeah.
mix sort of tarot and Vastu so that that brings that is more beneficial for each and every person.
Yeah. So basically, a whole study is done that what
It
direction
yeah.
is meant for each room, and then you decide that okay, south. So for example, south is for kitchen, and that's
So
and
and
the
suppose if
entrance.
someone is living in this room, how will his career and personal life will be, and yeah, and so on.
Definitely. That makes sense. So, since we were talking about bringing harmony and peace in people's life, can you give certain tips to people, some Vastu tips to people, so that they can also enhance good energy and peace in their life?
Yes. One most important thing is your house should be kept neat and clean. And neat
Agreed.
and clean doesn't mean कि बस थोड़ी सी सफाई कर दी या फर्नीचर गायब कर दिया वो सब नहीं है. If you have a table, it should be clean. It should not be loaded with books and medicines
हाँ.
and everything. It should not look congested, I guess. And
हाँ
furniture
जी.
and even the curtains, they should be placed properly. That these all cleanliness covers everything. And secondly,
Definitely.
the appearance of the home, even outside and indoors, both. You can use decent colors. People say you can use decent colors, but I have used like beige color at my home, but it's in a symmetry. Like
Hmm.
it, even the furniture, door, the paintings are all they all match with each other. Suppose
Hmm. Definitely.
people opt for lighter colors, they go with yellow walls, then pink doors. You cannot do that. मतलब घर पे
Yeah.
आओ तो अच्छा लगना चाहिए और कितना अच्छा है. It's very soothing. So you search colors and like combination should be good.
Hanji. So instead of shuffling all the colors, using everything, the less it is, the better it is. Like the more
Yeah.
thoughtful and planned out it is, the better it is for the
Yeah.
people who are living in a home to enhance harmony
Right.
and peace.
People
that makes sense.
even use black color, but even if it's that in symmetry and precautions and like other things are taken care of, then even that could work for them.
Yes, exactly. Because I was also watching a video where it was mentioned that I mean, using black color in kitchen is not that good as per Vastu. But then, if you go through other blogs, then they say that no, if you use black color in a certain way, in a certain
Right.
symmetry, then it doesn't hamper the Vastu Shastra of your home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lighting
So
should be proper,
lighting,
well ventilated, everything. Yeah.
yeah. And also, now since we were talking about colors, are there any
Mm-hmm.
particular material, maybe, or some decoration items that we can use at our home for following the proper Vastu Shastra and to for the well-being of people? So, for example, it can be any decoration piece, any furniture piece that we can place somewhere. So, can you help us with some of those items that
See,
we
you can
can
use any
place?
picture or an idol which denotes harmony, and there's no destructive images.
Hmm.
War scenes, or it could be I guess I don't like I don't like owl pictures at home, but many people prefer so. And anything which is there in symmetry, even if it's a city picture, it should be soothing and um,
Hmm.
well planned city picture. इधर
Hmm.
उधर से
Hmm.
कुछ भी बन रहा है, that creates irritation. वो जो फोटो में होगा हमारे दिमाग में आएगा.
Exactly. Now I can also see you have a very nice picture at the back of you. It's a very soothing picture to see. So,
I have 4
okay.
5 such pictures.
No, but that's great. So that is how we come to know that what kind of pictures we can place, what kind of furniture items we can put at our homes
Right.
to bring more peace in our life. So,
And
okay. So
also
that
people use fountain, like small fountains at home. If you're
yeah.
keeping that fountain at home, make sure it's working.
Okay. It should be moving.
The water should be flowing, yeah. It should be
Huh.
moving and should be like inward direction. घर से बाहर नहीं जाना, घर के अंदर वाली direction में हो. And
Okay.
because
And
after a particular time, or maybe in 2 or 3 months, people get bored of it and they don't switch on the fountain. So
hmm.
that is not a good thing.
Exactly. So, is there any particular place where we can keep the fountain? Like, for example, some people say that if you have a garden at your home, that you should have a water body in your garden, like a moving fountain or maybe a small pond. So, is it mandatory that that water fountain should be placed always be placed outside your home, or you can also place it inside your
No, no,
home, or
you
is
can
there any
place
particular
it
room where
inside,
you
but
should?
yeah,
Yeah.
it can be placed inside and outside both, but it should face the house. Suppose
Okay.
this is a door, you can keep it should not face the door or the main gate, because जो पैसा है ना, that is inflow of income. So अगर if
Oh.
you face it towards the main gate or towards the door, like
Hmm.
if someone has a bungalow and they want to place it outdoors, suppose, so तो वो जब waterfall होगा ना, that will show कि पैसा बाहर जा रहा है, and if you
Okay.
face it inward, then it will come inside.
ओके सो बेसिकली वो मनी का सिंबल हुआ जो मूविंग
हाँ.
फाउंटेन है. ठीक
So
है.
it's
दैट
all about inflow and outflow. So we have to place it in a particular direction, particular
ओके.
way, basically.
या so also, Jivika, some people say that Vastu Shastra is very old and ancient tradition that people used to follow. But so, like, can we clear out certain misconceptions or superstitions that people might have related to Vastu Shastra, which is of course not true?
See, nowadays people have again started believing in it, but yes, there were times when people stopped believing in it.
Hmm.
उनको लगता था सिर्फ पूजा पाठ कर लो and that's the thing, or it could be बाकी कुछ भी हो, we don't it doesn't matter. But
Hmm.
now slowly they have started believing it in again.
Okay. So, मतलब एज पर यू ऐसे क्या सुपरस्टिशंस थे जो उनको लगता था कि हाँ वो ऐसे बिलीव करते थे कि वास्तु से ये हो सकता है, ये नहीं हो सकता है, बट एक्चुअली वो गलत था. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, पीपल यूज्ड टू थिंक कि वास्तु से कुछ फर्क नहीं होगा, वास्तु से अगर हम डायरेक्शंस मेंटेन करेंगे या फिर कुछ चीज अगर हम रख देंगे दैट वोंट अफेक्ट मच, बट इट्स एक्चुअली द
They had
ऑपोजिट.
this mindset only, इससे कुछ नहीं होता, इससे कुछ नहीं होता,
हम्म.
हम पाठ पूजा करते हैं, हम भगवान में मानते हैं, इन सब चीजों से कुछ नहीं होता. This was the mentality. There
So,
was no
what was
particular
your
reason, but this was the mentality.
so like what was your struggle to make your maybe your clients believe in Vastu again, that no, there are certain things that you should do according to Vastu which can help you in your personal and professional life. So like how did you convince them, or how did you make them believe in Vastu? Was there anything that you did?
I just asked them to try it
Mhm.
once, and if nothing major happens in a few months, then you can stay the stay in whatever way you like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always better to try it out once and then see what are the results. And majorly, it's the positive result that people get when they follow the
Right.
Vastu Shastra guidelines for their home. Okay.
Because they themselves see the change.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, Jeevika, nowadays people are running towards the modern home designs, right? And since I mentioned earlier that Vastu is an ancient old tradition that people have been following. Now,
Hmm.
if people want to make their homes modern, how can they apply Vastu principles in their modern home designs? So that it doesn't affect the modernity of their homes, and also they are following the ancient old practice of Vastu guidelines. Is there any commonality in between कि कुछ hamper ना हो?
See, if they want to keep their house in a modern way, that's fine. It's all about directions and how the furniture is placed. So even if it's a modern furniture, the placement can be corrected. That's the only thing. Nothing major.
Yeah, so basically
टेबल
the
तो टेबल
place.
ही रहेगा ना, वो नहीं चेंज हो सकता, बस उसका डायरेक्शन ठीक रखना.
Yeah, because even if they want to put modern furniture in their home, then that modern furniture can also be made as per the Vastu
Yeah.
guidelines. Yeah. So can you like tell me how can what are certain benefits that Vastu can bring in people's life?
The
Like
most
basically in the
important
professional
is
and personal
happiness. It will
life.
bring happiness. It brings financial gain.
Mm-hmm.
I guess peace and financial gain are the two main things which one needs. And also, even relationships get better if a proper
Hmm.
process is followed. And
So
I guess these are the
uh,
main things only.
can you give so for example there are a lot of couples, so if you
Mhm.
can give certain Vastu tips to the couples that they can follow in their bedrooms to create romance.
Okay. First, see the ambience of the room. It should be a little soothing.
Hmm.
Lighting should be proper,
Hmm.
and there should be proper ventilation, because
Okay.
with that the communication between the partners would be good.
Hmm.
बंद
Hmm.
कमरा
Definitely.
होगा, अजीब सा रूम रखोगे, irritation होगी, and that results in conflict between the partners. And
Definitely.
also again, there should not be any destructive image. That is the most important thing. And
Most
also,
important.
like if you have a mirror, it should not you should not be visible while sleeping
Okay.
in that mirror. Your image should not be visible there.
हाँ जी.
To place
So
it in such a way that your bed is not visible
visible in the
there.
mirror. You should not see yourself sleeping in the mirror.
Right.
So that is one thing. That is actually very helpful to know. And also, so like in today's day, people are more inclined towards their work, and they miss out on the part of staying healthy and fit. So, can you suggest any Vastu tips that can actually affect their mental and physical health that they should follow in their homes?
I guess one is meditation, and puja room should be in the northeast side, and they can
Okay.
meditate there. Like, this
Okay.
is the main thing, and rest, if the other things are well, like kept well, then the health would be good. Health is actually you have to be eat healthy, but mentally, if someone wants to be mentally healthy, or would want to work in on their mental health, then meditation.
Meditation, and that there's a particular direction that I mean that you should,
Northeast, yeah. Like
yeah,
temple
not
should be in the
use.
northeast direction, yeah.
And that would be one of the best places to do
And
meditation.
yeah, and meditation, if done during sunrise or in the early morning, like in the morning, then that would be better.
Perfect. So, Jeevika, can you like share some success stories of your clients where they followed the Vastu tips that you gave to them, and then they saw that change because of that Vastu? So, any experience, any story that you can share with us that motivates the audience also to, start following Vastu Shastra?
See, initially, see, they were the people who never believed in Vastu. So I just made minor changes at the home, and I just asked them to shuffle the rooms and,
Okay.
change the position of the furniture. And even this helped them. And
Hmm.
later on, they went for a major change.
Definitely. I
They
mean,
were actually facing some, conflicts in the family, and there were like financial losses. And after doing this minor thing, this all like things were getting better.
yeah. So
So
basically,
things got better, and they like called me again, and we did a like major change. Then
yeah. So basically,
they
Vastu
almost
actually,
renovated the house.
yeah, house renovation. So you can use Vastu for house renovation or even for home building, right? Like
Yeah,
before working on the improvement of your home, you can follow all the Vastu guidelines to follow the directions, the placement. Yeah,
right. And
that
even
actually
people
makes sense.
who buy new houses,
Yeah.
like suppose in a society or an apartment, they can actually consult a Vastu consultant for, the Vastu consultant can make them select the best house, which would be suitable for them.
Yeah, so that was my next question since you
Yeah.
mentioned that, like, is there any particular Vastu tip that people should follow before even choosing the location? Do you think, are there any Vastu tips? So, for example, if
See, location,
I
you
want,
can choose the
yeah,
city and the area,
yeah,
but while choosing the particular apartment, they can consult the Vastu person
hmm, that whether this
because
location should suit them or
suit
not.
them or not, or they should which floor they should take
Hmm.
and which direction, because there are multiple directions. Houses are in multiple directions, so which would suit them better. Then they
Yeah,
can book accordingly.
definitely. So, so now since because of this conversation I can actually realize that vastu consultants are very important for deciding your home design. So can you
Right.
throw some more light on the importance of maybe consulting a vastu expert like you, and how you can help the people to finalize the home design for, like, this is basically for all the homeowners here.
Yeah. See how I help them. If you have to buy a house, I'll basically I do a full study, not uh, like specific. Suppose if I see this north direction house, suppose,
Hmm.
and I found it suitable for them, I'll ask them to buy that. And before buying it, सिर्फ north direction नहीं देखूंगी मैं. I'll see. Suppose there are like three members in the family, so I'll give them the prediction for every like for the whole of their life. Suppose if you stay in this home till 2025 or 2035, these are the the success you will be getting, and this is how the particular this home will get you success, be it financial or personal, anything. So उनके लिए कैसे suitable है वो घर, that is important. That is also important. Not only the direction. मेरे लिए घर की direction बहुत अच्छी है, but if I start living in this house, like, oh, how all my years gonna be?
Yeah, exactly. So that also depends on the Vastu. That actually, I mean, I can't agree more. Um, so Jeevika, that was an actually very interactive conversation with you. We came to know a lot about the Vastu tips and the importance of Vastu for one's health, being, and the harmony part also.
Yeah.
I think we have some questions in the comment section from people. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just see. We have a question from Trending Diary. Um, just a minute. It says, "What is the most common Vastu mistake that people do?"
See, according to me, the most important Vastu mistake with which people do are, suppose in a house there is a master bedroom and there are other rooms, and master's room is supposed to be belong to the parents or the head of the family. So मम्मी पापा आते हैं वहाँ रहने लग जाते हैं, but that necessarily mean कि वहाँ पर उनको रहकर they'll be happy or they'll be successful. वो रूम हो सकता है उनके लिए सूट ही ना करे.
Exactly.
and बच्चे रहेंगे तो दूसरे रूम में रहेंगे, and that the other rooms, they are not suitable for their kids.
Yeah. So this is again where Vastu consultant comes in, that
Yeah,
which room should suit which member of the
the
family.
family,
So
right?
that's not always important that a master bedroom is for the elder people in the
Yeah.
family. That is actually true only. Um, I think that was it from my side, and also I'm just so sorry. There's another question. Any success story after changing Vastu? Um, or maybe some changes in life. Just a minute. Any success story after changing Vastu? Oh, so again, that question again popped up, that if there is any success story that after changing the Vastu, something in Vastu, and that person felt great. That is the question that we
See,
have
that
from the
was
audience.
mostly that only, the financial thing, and the conflicts in the family started. They, resolved basically. They got
Hmm.
resolved. And see, I cannot discuss each and every
Yeah,
case
of
because सबका
course.
ना cases बहुत अलग होते हैं, and actually it takes 4 to 5 visits, and predictions take a lot of time. आधे तो मैं बस बोल देती हूँ and just I ask them to remember it.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, people say that Vastu is not just for your home, it's also for your commercial spaces as
Right.
well. So, are there any Vastu tips that you could give to the people that they can follow in their commercial places?
Basic, right?
Yeah, their workplaces, like their offices or their factories, and
See,
any
one
tip that.
thing which one should like people should keep in mind is if there are cabins, it should be in a symmetrical position. Asymmetrical position नहीं करना है उसको. Like
Okay.
triangular or hexagon. Make it either square or rectangular. And rest again depends on individual to individual. If suppose you are buying a commercial property and you have to open your office there, how will it suit you? And then the design, and again the placement of the things, that will depend on you and
Definitely
your employees, how it will be, because it should end at the end of the day, it should benefit you. सिर्फ मैं
benefit
अगर
you.
मैं हाँ, अगर हम ये बता देंगे बस ये स्क्वायर बना देना, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में ये रख देना, और एंड में फायदा नहीं हो, सर इंसान को पर्सनली असर नहीं हो रहा है, इट शुड नॉट, द पर्सन इज नॉट गेनिंग एनीथिंग आउट ऑफ इट, देयर इज नो पॉइंट.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the homeowners and the factory owners, they might know a lot of tips now that they can follow. We have another question from Bhanu Batra. Hi Bhanu. Any Vastu tip for not being affected by negative energy around us?
Okay, so first thing again, keep your house clean. And also, if you believe in any particular chant, suppose it could be Om chant or any chant which you listen, make sure you, play it in the morning. पूरे घर पे जैसे आवाज आनी चाहिए. And also, you can place the, idol picture in the right direction. It like northeast is like okay for all because वो मंदिर वहाँ रख सकते हैं, तो वहाँ पर आपका आइडल रखना है, वहाँ पे रख सकते हैं. And I don't know whether it's Vastu or not, but you can actually, use dhoop and Ganga gel. You can sprinkle it all over the house.
Hmm. So I think Manu, you got your answer. And we have another question. How can I find Vastu experts in my area? So for this, how can you find Vastu experts in your area? So for this, maybe I can give you the answer, trending diary, that we have a platform here, which is MMH Map My House. So what you can do, you can go to MMH and you can set the location. So for example, if you're from Delhi, Gurgaon, Amritsar, Chandigarh, anywhere, just set the location, just search for the Vastu expert, and then you'll get a list of all the Vastu consultants in one go, and then you can just go check their profile, reviews, and book them directly from MMH. Um, okay, so yeah, that was it, and I don't think so there are any other questions, and my questions are also over. I actually I'll end up this conversation with a lot of knowledge and tips about Vastu. And it was a very, very engaging session, Jeevika, and I really came to know. And I
Thank you
hope
so
this
much.
was an informational session for the audience as well. So,
And also, Vastu is a very vast subject.
exactly.
Suppose people, like many people are asking tips for happy marriage or
Hmm.
tips for positivity, but it cannot be done with a single or one two thing, like single thing. Then it needs a lot of study and then again, I need to study the like people there living in that house and
Yeah,
what changes are need to be done.
definitely. I mean, I agree with that. Also, we have another question from Terrace 5 a.m. Hi, Terrace. He has mentioned, is Vastu and Astro Kundli matching linked?
No. Only matching में see, actually it's not linked, but many people see you. अगर वास्तु देखना है उसमें, let's suppose if you will marry a person who lives in this direction, this is how it can be linked.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Or
that
suppose
is
like,
correct.
or also the way I said, I mix tarot and Vastu.
Yeah,
Similarly, astrology and Vastu can be
Vastu.
linked. Suppose you
Yeah,
are taking a session and then Kundi ke hisab se which direction should be good for you.
exactly. So
This
it's
is how it can
indirectly
be linked.
linked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no,
definitely. Makes
but there's
sense.
no direct link. कि ये है तो यही होगा ऐसा नहीं है.
Huh, huh. Okay. So I think we are done with all the questions in the comment section. I don't think so. We are left with any. Um, ठीक है, Jivika. It was a really nice. Yeah. Okay. We have another question from Terrace. The owners of a business should be facing which direction?
See, then that again depends on the person.
Yeah. The person's history, background, and the experiences that happened with the person, those might
Suppose if
affect the
it's
direction.
you, then you should sit in a particular direction and it would be beneficial for you. Because I have seen if I give everyone a single direction, सबके लिए वो beneficial होता ही नहीं है.
Exactly. Yeah. So it depends on person to person which
Person to
direction
person, right?
will suit you. So what are those certain things that actually affect the direction? So for example, if you have to check the directions for me, so what are those few basic things that you'll ask from a person, or maybe that you'll check in a person
No,
to
I just
tell
check
him or
it.
her?
This again involves like psychic connection.
Okay.
Suppose if it's you, I'll study you first. अगर आप इस direction में बैठोगे तो क्या क्या आगे कैसे हो रहा है आपका काम, and how how is it going, how your finances are,
Hmm.
how your finances will be, and how will it affect your work. So उसके accordingly. Because here we can mix tarot, vastu, and astrology. Astrologers astrology को mix करेंगे because I don't know astrology. I'll mix tarot and
Tarot
other things which I know.
card. Definitely. Exactly. So I think this answers all the questions of all the people in the comment section. Thank you guys for dropping in your queries and joining us. And a big thank you to you, Jeevika, for
Thank you.
pulling out time to join the session and have this engaging conversation with us. It was really helpful and informational. So I think, okay, so there's another question from official Gabru. Hi, official Gabru. He says that are there any specific guidelines for the main entrance of a building?
Now that depends. Your building आपका घर ही है or or like if you are living in another floor. Now, if we talk about the entrance, it should not face the south direction. But again, किसी का अगर south direction में already door है, वो change तो नहीं हो पाएगा. If that person is living in a building, so then any alternative things we can कुछ ना कुछ
Yeah.
करके we can cut the impact, negative impact of that particular thing.
Yeah, like maybe placing anything or maybe removing. So I have heard that people tend to keep their shoe racks just outside the main gate, the main entrance of their home.
Hmm.
So maybe removing that shoe rack can cut down the negative impact. I mean, I don't really know. You are an expert. You should know better. You would know
That
better.
it's just like your door should not open in the south direction.
Okay.
एंट्री जो है ना, जब आप घर को एंटर करो, यू शुड फेस द नॉर्थ.
Hmm.
बट अब जो घर बन गया उसको तो हम नहीं तोड़ सकते ना, हर साल
Yeah,
सारे घर नहीं तोड़ सकते.
exactly.
So yeah, there is always any alternative or something can be done about it.
Yeah, even I've heard that a lot of people have this misconception that if they already have a home and if they consult Vastu experts, so there are a lot of people who suggest them, I mean, a lot of experts who suggest them so many changes that they have to eventually break down their home and, like, for example, entrance तोड़वा दिया या फिर कहीं का gate तोड़वाना पड़ा just because an expert said this. So there have been certain incidents. So do you agree with this, that sometimes it becomes necessary to,
It
break off
becomes
something?
difficult, but there is a way.
There
It is not
is
always
always a
necessary
way.
because if someone is living in a bungalow, then
Yeah,
obviously उसमें changes हो सकते हैं.
yeah,
But what if someone is living in a building?
yeah, definitely. So
Entrance तो वहाँ का change होगा ही नहीं, at any cost कहाँ बनाओगे?
so there are other ways to tackle that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So again, guys, a Vastu consultant will help you out if you don't want to break away a lot of things at your home and how to fix the things, I mean, the wrong things that are happening in your life. So I think you all should consult Vastu experts for designing your home and choosing the location of your home, maybe. Okay, I think we will end the session here. It was a really helpful session, Jeevika. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.